here's what most small business owners don't realize. You're not competing on price anymore, guys. You're
What's going on, traders? Welcome back to an afternoon live stream. This is a special one. I wanted to get to this on the morning live session, but they were not out yet. We have new accounts from Top 1 Futures, the Ignite AF accounts. Wanted to jump back on here, answer some questions. There we go. Reloaded that page because this is 149 for the 50K. Wanted to review the rules, take a look. I just dropped some videos on these, but figured I would hop on here live, see if you guys had any questions, and at least review them here with you guys live. That's the game plan. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Mickey B? Already buying this one. Nice, dude. Listen, always make the best decision for yourself. Remember, I'll start this one off by saying, read the full disclaimer down below this video. I'm partnered, I'm affiliated with Top 1. I can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. That's the way this whole world works. I do stand to make money, so I can't be unbiased. Make sure you recognize that. Important for me to be transparent. You to do your own research and make your own decisions. But I'm going to try to give you guys the best info that I possibly can. Answer questions, talk about all this stuff, compare some differences, and yeah, try to get you guys the best info that I possibly can. So if you want to check this out, let me get ready. Throw the link in the chat. If you want to check this out, link is going to be in the chat in just a second. 50% off with code RDF. Right here, my friends. What's up, Mickey B? What's up, Dave for Dean? We'll talk about the ESS. We'll break that down. If you have any specific questions on it, more than happy to talk about it. Kick, what's up? David, what's going on, guys? What's happening, YouTube? What's happening, Kick? What's happening, X? Are we live on X? I think so. If you guys have questions on them, throw them in the chat. We will be talking about these right here. Be scoping out some trades, too. Said I wasn't hopping back on for Power Hour, but here we are. Here we are. So I'm actually going to pull up my chart. Just real quick intro. These just launched from Top 1 Futures. They are calling them the Ignite Automatic Funding, Ignite AF, whatever crazy fancy name you want to use. The highlight of these accounts is that they are the lowest cost instant funded accounts industry-wide. Do your research, make your own decision, but objectively, these are the lowest cost all-in instant funded accounts. 2 account sizes, $25K and $50K. $89 for the $25K, $149 for the $50K. There are some clear differences and some disadvantages compared to the instant funded account. There's some differences between these and the straight to funded Sim Pro account. The really big obvious advantage right off the bat, there's some other ones, but the obvious advantage right off the bat is the pricing. Extremely low, extremely low. To review these right here from the main site, and then we'll dig into some more rules. You have a daily loss limit. That is different than the straight to Sim Funded Pro or the instant funded. You do have a daily loss limit. It's a soft breach, but you have a $1,000 daily loss limit on the 50K and a $500 daily loss limit on the 25K. You have an end of day trailing drawdown, which is, in my humble opinion, super sweet. Majority of people like that better than the intraday. I don't know many that would pick an intraday trailing drawdown over an end of day trailing drawdown if you had to pick. These have the nice standard end of day trailing drawdown. Max contracts, you're able to trade up to 1 mini, 10 micros on the 25K, 5 minis, 50 micros. That's standard across the straight to Sim Funded Pro and the instant funded. You have a 20% equity stability score. That is very similar. It's the same actually as the straight to funded Sim Pro, not the same as the 20% consistency score. We'll dig into the equity stability score. I'll answer some questions. We'll talk about that. Advantage on the Ignite AF. You're able to copy trade up to 6 of these bad boys. 6 of these bad boys. So let me go ahead and pull up the... It's actually in my YouTube video. I want to pull this up real quick. I got a chart to go side by side on these bad boys. Not to show you a YouTube video within a YouTube video. And if you just feel like watching the YouTube video, you can go ahead and do that as well. I just dropped this one. Let's see if we can see this one clearly while I'm streaming. Maybe if I do that. Yeah, that's like ridiculous. My face next to it. Maybe we do one of these. Well, you're going to see my face over my face. Here, I'll do this. There we go. There we go. So here's a side-by-side of the Ignite Instant Funded and the 50K Standard Instant Funded. The new Ignite accounts over here and the standard 50K accounts over here. Let me just roll through and make sure I can see these really quickly with you guys. Yeah, we can. We can see these really quick. Hang on, guys. I just want to make sure that I have these. I have a banner up here. Yeah, I have a banner up here that is saying 55% off. It is 50% off. I'll have to edit that in just a minute. But all the way up top of my screen, I have a banner that says 55% off. It's 50% off. 50% off on these. But let's take a look after the discount. $149 on the Ignite automatic funding accounts, the Ignite AF accounts, the 50K instant funded. We are looking at those on the left-hand side. So let's do a run through. I'm sorry, I'm just answering like 47 questions from 47 places, but I want to focus on the live with you guys here. If you got questions, feel free to throw them in. Here's a side-by-side. 20% consistency on the instant funded. The Ignite, the new ones, the Ignite AF, that's what we'll call them, have a 20% ESS. The ESS is tighter. It's harder to work with, right? That's definitely a disadvantage on the Ignite AF. It's similar to the straight to Sim Funded Pro. But hold on, we're going to get to some heavy advantages. The consistency rule, a standard 20% consistency rule, says that no single day of profit can be larger than 20% of your total profit when you go to request a withdrawal. So no single day of profit can be larger than 20% of your total profit. The equity stability score takes into account your largest day of profit and your worst losing day, your largest losing day, but not to be confused with, large plus or minus. So if you lost $100 and made $100 on 2 separate days, those were your best days and your worst days, that total added together, right, $200 cannot be 20% or more of your total profit when you go to request a withdrawal. So really what it does is it takes into account your losing days. You have to plan this stuff on the front end. I have a video, which I'll drop in the chat, breaking down the ESS completely. We won't make this an entire equity stability score video, but that is the essential, what the difference is between the ESS and the consistency. Daily loss limit on the 50K Ignite auto funded. That is there. $1,000, I'll slow it down. $1,000 daily loss limit on the 50K Ignite AF account. There is none on the instant funded. In my humble opinion, you should probably have a daily loss limit in. That's somewhere around that level to begin with, but if you want to be able to utilize the entire account, you can't do that, so that can be looked at as a disadvantage. Max loss limit is still that nice wide 4%. Trailing end of day drawdown. These are not intraday trailing drawdown accounts. I like that mode a whole lot better myself. I think most traders do. Standard drawdown lock, $100 past the starting balance. These are instant funded, no activation fee, no evaluation. 10 active trading days to payout. Here's a big advantage. You only have to put up 5% profit, not 6%. So in the 50K Ignite auto-funding account, AF, $2,500 to be able to request a withdrawal. It's pretty aggressive. I like that. I think being able to work yourself towards a payout quicker is solid. Really enjoy that. Solid stuff. Max payout. Here's going to be first a disadvantage, right? Based on the price of the accounts, they are capping the max withdrawal per account. If you're looking at this, $149 all in. No challenge, no activation fee, no monthly fee, no time limit. You are working yourself towards a payout hitting $2,500 of profit, right? The 20% ESS score following all the other rules, the daily loss limit, the max loss limit, the minimum trading days, all this fun stuff. You're eligible for a $1,000 max payout per account per withdrawal. But, here's the big but, if you're confident and you like copy trading, you can copy trade 6 of these accounts. This is more accounts than any other account type that you're able to copy trade right now. On the instant funded, you're only able to copy trade 3. On the straight to funded Sim Pro right now, you're able to copy trade 5. It's been different in the past. They have different promotions that run. Important to note while I'm talking about that, this is promotional. This is rolling for the next 2 weeks until September 21st, I think. Don't quote me, but it's 2 weeks from now. And then these are going to be paused, similar to what they've done when they've rolled out big stuff right off the bat. This is the rule set. This is the pricing. Code RDF gets you the deal. Link is in the chat, all that fun stuff. This is going to change in the future, right? This is promotional. All this stuff, the setup, the rule set, the pricing, promotional, right? So 2 weeks you got on these ones. Obviously, you're able to continue trading them after 2 weeks if you buy them, but they are stopping new purchases of these accounts after 2 weeks. 90-10 profit split. We talked about, I got 10 minimum days to pay out twice on here, so I'll have to edit that. You're allowed to copy trade up to 6 accounts. Project X Quant Tower, Trade of 8, hopefully coming very soon. All of the rest is standard on here. Minimum 10-second trading rule. You're considered after 3 payouts from the same account. They've been looking at traders a little bit earlier if you're trading well, so you got to be prepared for that. Up to 10% of the account of your account starting balance based on profit, 5K max to a live account if you're considered. Live scaling plan and no scaling rules. You're able to trade 5 minis, 50 micros max right off the rip on these. Questions, guys? Feel free, throw them in chat. They have a rule page on here, which I will throw in the chat as well. Kind of an overview to go through what these are, talking about everything, talking about the rules. Throw the banner up there for now. Code RDF gets you the deal. $149 for the 50K. I love it, man. I think this is, who is this good for, right? Who should be excited about this? And then again, it is 50% off, not 55% off like my banner says. Solid for new traders. I think traders that don't want to put a lot of skin in the game, don't want to put a lot of money on the line. Maybe they are looking to copy trade some accounts, but they just don't want to shell out for the larger account size. They're okay trading with the ESS. They're okay with a payout cap. They want to take their time slowly but surely, managing risk well towards payouts, I think these would be a great option. Again, you're looking at 150 bucks for the 50K, 89 bucks for the 25K. 89 bucks for the 25K. I love the idea of getting right into a funded account, not having to worry about challenges, maybe not developing some of those bad habits that come with just YOLOing challenge accounts. I think this could be an awesome option for it. The Ignite automatic funded accounts is what we got. What do you think of the ESS rule? Yeah, we talked about the ESS rule. Talked about the difference. Like new accounts, in my opinion, anyone can successfully navigate ESS and take multiple payouts is less likely to blow a live account. So the real good traders don't have to churn accounts. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. I would agree, man. I would agree. If you guys got questions, feel free to go ahead and ask in the chat. I'll be hanging out with you guys for a little bit. Wanted to hop on here. Saw a bunch of people asking questions, and I just like to talk to people. I like to take questions live. Nice. Let me go ahead and post this back in the main Discord. Again, you guys got questions, feel free to ask on the in the chat, and I'll chat it up with you guys. Appreciate you hopping on. We'll look at the market, see if we got something else in there. But wanted to hop on here and answer some questions. And I had a video that kept getting deleted. There we go. All right. All right, guys. All right, let's run it. Let's see what we got. Questions. What's up, Andrew? What's going on? Dave for Dean. Would you prefer the straight to funded or Ignite automatic funded? It's a good question, right? It's a good question. We got some differences across these. In my personal opinion, they all serve a different purpose, right? I think the Ignite automatic funded is good for a trader who is really focused on a low cost account, who really wants to put a small amount of money on the line, the least amount of money that they possibly can to get started, right? Because you're going to work with some small but ever relevant objective disadvantages, right? You have a daily loss limit, you have a payout cap, you have an equity stability score instead of a consistency score, right? You are able to copy trade a whole bunch of accounts, which I think is pretty sweet for the traders that can actually trade. But if you are someone maybe who's more confident, you want a wider rule set, you are comfortable putting more money on the line because, again, look at the dollar amount of these. I think maybe the instant sim funded is going to be a better fit for you, right? These are my accounts that I prefer. If I said, hey, go into your head, which account would you want to trade for the rest of your life? With top one, it'd probably be an instant sim funded, but it's different, right? Look at the price set on this. We're talking, going from 89, 149 for the 25K and 50K to 239 and 389. So significantly more money up front, right? More risk on the line right off the bat. And you get a wider rule set for that. You get a consistency score. You get no daily loss limit, things like that. You are only able to copy trade 3 of these. So if you are big into leveraging copy trading, you want to work yourself towards, large payouts, you can definitely do that with the Ignite automatic funded accounts. The straight to funded Sim Pro accounts, I think, can be really, really advantageous for those that can work with an intraday trailing drawdown. I think that's going to be one of the larger differences between these two accounts. Personally, and that just comes down to the trader. Some traders, they crush it on Apex, right? If you crush it on Apex, I think you're going to absolutely crush it on these accounts because you don't have an intraday trailing drawdown and you have an equity stability score. Apex has a lot of other, different consistency type scores that are past just a standard consistency score that you probably know how to work with. If you're trading something with an intraday trailing drawdown, maybe the straight to sim funded pro accounts are going to be fine for you. But it's just a balance. I think it's finding a balance personally to your style of trading, the way that you trade, your entries, your exits, and your capital allocation, as well as your experience, right? Somebody maybe who's more experienced, very comfortable, and they like an end of day trailing drawdown, maybe they're going to copy trade 3 of the 150K, instant sim funded, and they're going to copy trade a 5-pack of the 150K, straight to funded sim pros. Maybe you got someone that says, hey man, I'm coming off of demo. I've been trading for 6 months. I'm probably not going to do great, right off the bat. I don't want to put $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 into a live account. I really don't want to mess around with evals. I'd rather just get into a straight to funded and, go slowly with it. Maybe one 25K for $89 is going to be the option for you, right? Maybe you say, hey, dude, I want to leverage everything that I possibly can. You can copy trade all of these separately, but you can copy trade 3 separate groups now. You can copy trade a 3-pack of the Instant Sim Funded, a 5-pack of the Straight to Funded Sim Pro, and up to 6 of the Ignite Auto Funded. Is that going to be for everybody? No, I don't think so. I would say that's going to be for a select group, that is really aggressive with trading on the way to be considered for a live account, because if you are pulling payouts, you will be considered for a live account rather quickly with Top 1, which I think is an advantage. But I think it depends, right? And again, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated with Top 1, but I will always tell you guys, there's going to be a best for you that's different than everybody else, right? Including myself. And maybe Top 1 as a whole isn't the best for you because you have some specific need, right? Or requirement. Maybe you only trade from a, specific platform that is not Project X, right? Or Quant Tower or Tradeovate that's coming pretty soon. That in itself might kind of disqualify you, right? Maybe you say, I love challenges. Well, Top 1 has challenges, but maybe you like a different type of challenge, right? Maybe you are a hyper scalper, a micro scalper. You traditionally trade for under 10 seconds. While, I don't think that there's inherently anything wrong with that in your own live account, maybe. It can be an issue for prop firms, and it's definitely an issue at Top 1. So, there's different rules and things to consider. Maybe you're a home run hitter. You don't want any type of consistency rule, any, equity stability score at all. Maybe it's a live account only for you because they almost all have consistency rules. Maybe it's, an account where you have a challenge first and then no consistency rule, right? So I think it comes down to, asking questions, talking about this stuff, right? Hopping on lives like this, maybe where we're talking through these different things, but then going through it for yourself, right? And really deciding for yourself what the best option is going to be. This is, it's going to be temporary for now. How long will the Ignite automatic funded accounts be around? 2 weeks, Dean. Dave for Dean, 2 weeks. Let me give you the exact date. Hang tight. These are good for... These are live until September 21st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern. September 21st. So that's a Sunday, 2 weeks from now. That's how long these are going to run for. Then they're going to reassess like they have in the past. I think take a look and decide whether they will make adjustments or make a comeback in the future. Yeah, probably. I would assume so. But again, they're rolling these out, and I think that's the way that they've decided to do these instead of set something crazy and have to go back and make any changes. They say up front, here's what we're doing, guys. We're allowing this amount to be copy traded. Here's the price. This is the way that it is. Take advantage if you want. Don't take advantage. Do whatever you want to do. But it's here until September 21st. Whether or not they come back, I think that's going to be up to them and kind of take a look at what everything looks like on the back end. Okay, I guess the only downside is the ESS. Otherwise, they look really good. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Again, I think, you're going to get somewhat of what you pay for, right? If you say, hey, dude, I don't want the ESS, that, people are, I don't like the equity stability score too hard. No problem, right? Instant sim funded. Standard 20% consistency rule, right? Take your profit target, divide it by 5, you're ready to rip. You say, hey, you know what? I don't want to put a lot of money on the line, or maybe I want a secondary batch of accounts to trade, which I think a lot of people are going to do, right? Maybe you have a 3-pack of these. Maybe you have a 5-pack of straight to funded Sim Pros. you want to trade a different session, you want to trade overnight Asia, you want to test a different strategy. I think we'll see a lot of that with these since you can copy trade now another group of accounts. I think that's something really cool that Top 1 Futures does, right? Not a lot of prop firms are going to allow you different account types and allow you to copy trade them separately. Can't copy trade them all together, and I don't think you would want to, right? They're all different rules and different profit targets, and some have daily loss limits, some not. That really wouldn't make sense. But you can go ahead through and copy trade different batches of them, which I think is sweet. So, and again, I think this is going to be awesome for newer traders or traders that are just undercapitalized, right? The equity stability score is there. The payout cap is there, $1,000 on the 50K, right? I think the profit target being really low is sweet, but there are drawbacks here. There are also advantages. They let you copy trade 6 of them. But I think, if you are, so again, someone coming to the game that says, I want to put a very, very, very low amount of risk on the line, prop firms are great for that. It's really awesome. You copy trade a couple of accounts, you trade one of them, $89. Maybe you say, hey, I don't want to do any of that. You just want to trade a challenge, for $40. I think that's a really solid opportunity to get your feet wet, get started in the futures market, rather than going straight to live accounts, which unfortunately, I think you're going to lose up front. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't know anybody that wins right out of the gate. I think you're going to lose up front. And if you're going to lose with the least amount of money on the line. Lose on demo first, right? Then gain some consistency. Have a reason to believe you should put some money on the line. And then put the least amount of money on the line that you can. Maybe that isn't a live account for you. Maybe you're very comfortable with that, or you just don't like the rule sets of prop firms, and I fully respect that as well. But I think a nice gap in between demo and a live account is the prop firm space. But what do I know, right? Just an idiot from YouTube. How was your day today, bro? Good. Not bad. Person won't be able to get an account. Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing, man. Day wasn't bad. Traded this morning with you guys live. This is my same account from this morning. Didn't take a follow-up trade. We took one trade for a P&L of 509.70 times 7. Got long. Can't be mad at my exit. Really can't be mad at my exit. Got long in here. On the way up, sat through some drawdown, closed out. I think it was 14 and a half, 14.25, something like that. Close out up here. Just saw CVD starting to turn, and now kind of choppy, right? Kind of choppy back into this range. So said I'd look for some trades. I don't think we have anything too exciting setting up. No news Monday. Chopping around is what it looks like on this one. It's great to hear, bro. Glad you're winning. Yeah, for sure, man. Not always, right? You hang out long enough on the live sessions, you're going to see that I take L's. Plenty of L's, right? Show you what real trading looks like, which includes losses. Bad guys, just checking a couple messages. You guys got questions, feel free to ask in the chat. I'm gonna hang out with you guys a little bit longer. We just reviewed the new accounts that rolled out from Top 1 Futures. If you want the best deal on these, feel free to click the link in the chat. Code RDF is gonna get you the deal, 50% off. Shout out Top 1 Futures for supporting me, supporting you guys. Uh, 100%. Been watching you since I got my Top 1 challenge. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah. Haven't had too bad of a run. Back and forth in these accounts. But that happens. We will see. We'll see how this week ends up. See if we can make some progress. But yeah, this is the first time I got to see this page. Obviously, I got access to all the information early. I'm thankful to be a partner affiliated with Top 1. I get to work with their team, get info from the source early on, which is pretty sweet. Get to make fun YouTube videos like this ahead of time. If you guys want to check this out, here is the full video. I'll throw that in the chat right now. Boom. Throw it on Kick as well. What's up, peeps on Kick? What's happening? What's going on? What's up y'all on X? What's going on? More than happy to have you guys on here. I got no links to go into you guys in X. If you guys want to hop on YouTube or Kick, links are in my my bio everywhere. It's Real Deal Zach. Real Deal Zach everywhere. I think YouTube might still be Real Deal Futures, but I'm going to have to change that up. So just reading through this, want to take a quick look. What are the rules? The Ignite automatic funding, limited time offer. Don't miss your chance to start trading under this special plan. Limited time offer gets you trading faster at a low one-time fee. I like that. Daily loss limit, $500 on the 25K, $1,000 on the 50K. Trailing max drawdown, $1,000 on the 25K, $2,000 on the 50K. Drawdown mode, end of day. Max contract, standard. Minimum trading days to payout, 10. Nice. Equity stability score being 20% on these bad boys. That is an important note. Ability to copy trade up to 6. Up to 6. Really, really sweet. Really, really sweet. Yeah. So this is an important note. Daily loss limit is pause for the remainder of the trading day, right? So soft breach, standard. This is a good note, something to talk about. Daily loss limit is a protective measure, not a replacement for proper risk management. If you rely solely on the DLL to exit a position instead of using a hard stop, the system may not trigger as efficiently as possible. During high volatility, you could lose more than the DLL amount. So a lot of traders won't set stop losses on accounts with DLLs, and I include myself in a lot of traders because I've done it before quite a few times. It doesn't always trigger, right? And maybe that helps you because it just gives you a little bit more room to work, but you might not want to lose more than $1,000, and the DLL might not hit until like $1,250, $1,500, something like that. So I would not use a daily loss limit as a stop loss. It's just not a good practice, unless you don't want, to be stopped out at that point anyway. But it's worth noting, right? A lot of traders will say, "Oh, well, I wanted to get stopped by the DLL," and it's not a stop loss, So set a stop loss. You shouldn't really want to hit the DLL in the first place, but you should have a stop loss there no matter what. Maybe you take a loss for $500. You want to risk $1,000 a day. Put a stop loss at that next $500. I think that's helpful. Appreciate what you do, bro. Love the live streams. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. First payout available after 10 days. Yep. 5%. Yep. ESS resets. You can hold up to 6 Ignite funded accounts at once. Who should use the Ignite AF? Low cost for entry, clear and simple rules, ability to scale with multiple accounts. Yeah, I would agree with that. Copy trading rules. Important to note, like we talked about, you can copy trade between Ignite automatic funded accounts. You can't copy trade across all account types. I don't think it lets you. I think it automatically doesn't let you, but you should know that. You can't copy trade everything be together. Yeah, these are here for 2 weeks, right? Here for 2 weeks. Yep. Can't copy trade across account types. Just reading to see if there's anything else they noted on here. After 3 successful payouts, risk manager. Okay, yeah, so they're saying 3 payouts in the same account. Again, we've been watching people get called quick. So I would consider scaling up your account, right? Building a buffer. I think that can be helpful. Definitely be helpful. What is the ESS? So the equity stability score. Good question. I have a video on it, a full video on it. Here, I'll link it in the chat as well. This way you guys have... Actually, you're on my YouTube, so if you want, you can go and watch the full video on it. But to break it down, very, very simply. I wonder if they have something that like... Yeah, cool, okay. So here's the deal. The equity stability score takes into account... Yeah, they're saying 20% 20% equity stability score. So they're talking about it on the straight to funded Sim Pro accounts, but it's the same. The equity stability score takes into account your most profitable day and your worst red day. Okay? Adds those two together, and that can't be more than 20% of your total profit when you go to request a withdrawal, right? So for example, they've shown you best day of profit, $400 here. Worst day, worst loss, negative $350. Your total profit would have to be $3,750, okay, in order to meet the 20% consistency score. So let's say you're trading, to be more specific, let's say you're trading with a 50K, one of the new 50K Top 1 Futures Ignite automatic funded accounts, which I think a lot of people will do, right? 20%, and you wanted to take a payout as soon as you were eligible, right? Which would be, which we talked about here. Whoa. Let's go back. Where is our 5%? There we go. First payout and beyond, 5%, right? So in order to take a payout on a 50K Ignite automatic funded account, sorry, I'm going to try to keep all these names straight. You got to put up $2,500 in profit, which is sweet. That's actually less than the $3,000 standard across, multiple other prop firms, including Top 1. 20% of $2,500. This is if you wanted to take one right as soon as you were eligible, right? Not build any buffer and be able to take $1,000 out, which is the payout cap. You got to keep your ESS below 20%, which would be $500, okay? They're going to add together your best winning day and your worst losing day. So on the front end, it's simple to do some math, right? Same way with the consistency score, same way if you're trading a consistency type account with an eval prop firm, anything. You're going to have to understand what's the max amount of profit I can put up, and in these accounts, what's the max loss that I can have on any one day. If you wanted an even one-to-one, it would be $250, right? If you had a $250 losing day and a $250 winning day as your best and worst, that would be $500. That's 20% of your $2,500, right? Maybe you said, well, I want to be able to risk $200 on a bad day, and I want to be able to put up $300 on a good day. Fine. Maybe it's $100, right? You're going to shoot to potentially lose $100 and put up $400, right? Is that the most that you can do in these accounts? No, you could do whatever you want, right? You could put up $1,000 on your winning day and no losing days at all. You can have $2,000, well, maybe not $2,000 losing days. You could have $750 losing days, $750 winning days, $2,000 winning days. But that will push, the same way in a consistency score, that will push your equity stability score out, right? Where you're going to have to put up more profit. So that's the way that this works. Consistency score, just to review this again. Consistency score. No single day of profit can be larger than X%, 20% for Top 1 Futures. That's the standard consistency score. The equity stability score is going to combine your best single day of profit and your worst single day of profit as a positive number, and that can't be more than 20% of your total profit when you go to request a withdrawal. If you want to check it out, you guys are on my, I do 1,000 different examples. You guys are on my YouTube. You can go to my YouTube, go to videos, go to the one that says equity stability score. So it's tighter than a consistency score. Tighter than a consistency score, for sure. Is the payout cap fixed forever? I don't know what you mean. But they have $1,000 payout cap, for example, on this. So any payout that you're going to take is going to be $1,000 until you get considered for a live account, in which case there's no payout cap, there's no consistency score, there's daily payouts, all that fun stuff. That's definitely something that is a trade-off for the price, right? You're able to take out $2,500 from the 50K in the straight to sim funded pro or the instant sim funded pro. But another advantage, you only have to put up $2,500 worth of profit in this account before you can take out $1,000. You can also copy trade 6, right? So, because I thought about that myself and I thought, damn, at best, you got to put up $3,000 in an instant funded. And if you're copy trading 3, you can take out $2,500 in each. That's $7,500. If you're copy trading 6, which you're allowed to in here, you can take out $6,000, only putting up $2,500 in one account. So there's different ways to look at this, but yeah, that's a cap on these. That's your max payout, not a payout cap. I think that's a different way to put it. But good questions. Appreciate you guys hopping on. If you guys got any questions, feel free, throw them in chat. We were answering a couple of them. Wanted to run through, answer questions on here, chat about it. Again, if you guys want to check these out, I will throw the link in the chat. Code RDF, gonna get you the best deal on these bad boys. 50% off right now. $149 for the 50K. $89 for the 25K. You can copy trade up to 6 of them. Again, you can have these accounts if you have the max amount of other accounts as well. People seem to keep asking that same question. Like, well, if I already have the instant funded, can I also have the Ignite automatic funding? Yes, you can. You can have up to 6 of these regardless of any of other accounts you have. So yeah, I'll be trading some of them live with you guys, testing them out, checking them out live. Should be fun. But link is in the chat if you want to check these bad boys out. If you guys have any other questions, feel free. Throw them in the chat. As far as the market goes, said I was going to take a look before we hopped off. I'm one and done today. 509 across 7 accounts. Did it live this morning. If you guys don't know, I trade live here 9:30 a.m. Eastern almost every dang day. I've been trading this 7-pack of straight to sim funded pro accounts from Top 1 for quite a while. Longer than I'd like to be, but that's how it goes, right? If you're taking it slow and not just running through accounts. But watching this market, 3 p.m. opening up right here, 3:01 p.m. Eastern. Chop it back a VWAP, right? Not a whole lot. No news Monday. So I'm really not going to look to do anything too crazy this power hour. Definitely not. Definitely not. We don't have to wrap up a Monday on an L for no reason. Well, guys, that was fun. I think we ran through all the questions. We had a bunch of people hop on, like 197. At a certain point, people hopped on and off. I see we got a bunch on Twitter. If you guys got questions, feel free, hit me up. You can hit me up across socials. You can hit me up on the free community. I run a 100% free trading community. Link is down below. No VIP feeder program, no course. No paid anything. I yap about the accounts and firms and software that I'm affiliated with. That's about it. I trade live here on YouTube, actually trading live, showing entries, exits, wins, losses, everything live in real time, attempting to actually trade, right? 100% free. Happy to do that 9:30 a.m. Eastern almost every damn day. Appreciate you guys hopping on. More than happy to have you here. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Hop in the community. Hit me up on socials. Whatever it is you guys want to hit me up on. Remember, quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop from accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that I talked about multiple times. That says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Talk to you guys soon. See y'all tomorrow trading live here in the morning. Thanks for hopping on, guys.